been a little bit quiet, and there's many reasons to that, but I think that's all going to start changing pretty soon. I've been running around between Joburg and Cape Town and Joburg and Cape Town, and driving the Hilux, driving the Landcruiser, all sorts of things. But right now, the Cruiser has actually been out of my hands for almost 2 months. I'm going to run you through some of the things that I've been doing. But first, I've got to get on down to Terrain Tamer and go and pick up some parts for the Cruiser. And we are back in the Hilux, baby. Hilux is driving like a dream at the moment. Really chuffed with it. So I've done about 2 trips now between Joburg and Cape Town, and really happy with the Hilux and how it's going. But we've got a sick Landcruiser to deal with. I'll fill you more in on that once I'm at Terrain Tamer. Well, I've fallen in love with my Landcruiser, and I thought it would be really nice to give it a bit of TLC, a bit of love that it deserves. So it had a funny thing going on with the gearbox. I took it in to our friends at Cape Transmissions, to our friend Aleric there, and he did basically a whole gearbox overhaul. Now, while the vehicle was there at Aleric, he actually picked up a leak on the injector seals on the head, where the fuel lines run into the injectors on the motor. So I thought, well, look, I'll take it to a company called Udel, and they had it there for a while. And I said, you know, while they're doing that, maybe let's do the injectors. They tested the injectors. The injectors weren't too shabby. They actually were in time, safely in time to overhaul the injectors, basically. So I decided, okay, let's do that. I want that. I think that's important for the car. You know, bad injector spray patterns cause premature engine failure. So in terms of power, emissions, everything, good injectors, that's a good thing. So I said, go ahead and do that. When they pulled the injectors out, they found some funky stuff. The injector ports had been majorly damaged by previous people who had worked on it, who had no idea what they were doing, and caused some pretty severe damage there. So they were quite worried about that. But I said, you know what, do a compression test and see if we are losing compression through those injector ports, and if it's actually causing damage, you know, then we can maybe look at resolving it. Well, they went ahead and they did the compression test, and well, that's when things got a little bit spicy. There was no compression in cylinder 4 and low compression across the other cylinders. When they performed the leak down test, pretty much all the cylinders had low compression and were leaking down, and they were finding that the zero compression was probably coming through the intake valves, which points to many scary things, but mainly valve adjustments not being done. So they said, look, they don't do that type of work moving forward. So the injectors had been done, were all sealed off in a bag and ready to go into the engine, but they said they can't put it in case the diagnostics go ahead and they find out that the head needs to be replaced on the engine. Now, that's something scary to hear. That is not a cheap exercise. So I just decided, you know, who is the best person to go and chat to? I asked Udel. They recommended Franschoek Motors, a mechanic there called Jannie. He's been rebuilding Toyota engines and stuff for 25 years or whatever, and they said he's probably going to know this thing the best. So off the Cruiser went to Jannie on a flatbed, and with its engine still apart, and he's had it for the past month, and he's been sussing things out and slowly getting a chance to work on it. He's a very busy man, so getting that time to actually work on it has been tough. And luckily I've been working on stuff with the Hilux, but basically what Jannie's found is, A, the valve clearances were completely out, so he's been redoing the valve clearances. He also recommended let's do the timing belt and the water pump and a bunch of things while we're there. He recommended I need a new radiator. He says the core was disintegrating, and there was a bunch of little things here and there that I said, look, let's do that at the same time. So yeah, that brings me right now to where I am at Terrain Tamer. I need to come and pick up some parts, so a few little things. We'll go through it now with Nikki, everything that we need to go and take over through to Franschoek Motors, and hopefully get the cruiser back in my hands, because I've got major Landcruiser withdrawals and I've been missing that beast. There's so many exciting things waiting to happen on it, and we are sitting waiting for it to get back on the road. And it didn't go in because of any failure or any major thing. It was just that as we sort of peeled back the onion, we sort of found things, and I was already getting great fuel consumption and really enjoying the vehicle, so I can't imagine what it's going to be like with remanufactured injectors now, and have all the valve clearances and stuff sorted out. So I think I'm just going to love it even more. So yeah, let's just let's go chat to Nikki, see what parts and stuff Jannie's ordered, and hopefully I can get a gap over the next couple days to pop in at Franschoek Motors and see the cruiser sort of coming to life again. So yeah, join me. Hello.
What you want?
I need things
Like
parts,
for a
Landcruiser. You don't do those?
Series?
Oh, you don't do any parts for Landcruisers at Terrain Tamer?
No, we do,
Oh,
but only for special Landcruisers.
only for special Land. What, my Landcruiser's special? I want that. That's what I want. I want e-lockers in my 100 series. Don't tell anyone. I want that. Okay, what are we looking for, Nikki?
We're looking for a timing belt kit.
Timing belt kit.
Yes.
What all do we need there?
Timing belt kit, thermostat, coolant, water pump, heater hoses, radiator kit, and a gasket for a rocker cover.
Okay.
DO4. Thermostat.
Okay. I've never seen a thermostat before.
There is the O-ring inside there.
Where does this thing sit?
On top of the engine. Yeah. Where your heat gauge goes in.
Oh, see, I don't know this stuff. I wish we were doing this, Nicholas.
That would have been cool. We might have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Even with a month in Joburg. Okay, the coolant.
I'll have to get another car so we can do this all over again and learn. A water pump? That's a big thing, that.
There's a gasket. There's a gasket.
Okay, nice. Got a whole. Oh, that's a very specific shape, isn't it?
Yeah, because of new studs.
It looks rather suggestive.
Like that.
We should do a t-shirt for that.
Cool, we should. As you can see, it's not a plastic one.
Okay.
It's steel. That way it shows
That looks
much
good.
better quality than anything else.
Okay, this is family show. This is a family show. Look, it's not just me, right?
We're on 5, or what was he said it to?
What rims does that have?
I'm not sure.
No, it's not like the new rims I bought. Oh, spoiler alert, I bought new rims. I bought new rims and I'm putting 33s on.
No, it's this one.
HDJ 100.
Yeah, you told.
Okay.
Okay, you get everything, Adrian.
I didn't ask for this, by the way.
Yeah. So if he doesn't want to put it on, just bring it back. We'll put it on here.
Yeah.
Because sometimes even genuine parts in
What do you mean sometimes? More often than not, we find genuine parts in the boxes. Okay. I'm glad someone's keeping track.
I asked you not to film this.
Oh, I thought you said film this for health and safety. Oh, don't film this because of health and safety. Nicholas! At least if you fall on your back, I've got footage.
Yes.
What's that?
This is the best thing since sliced bread.
Oh, is it?
Yes. This is one of the best products in the world called Franschoek,
Oh, yeah?
which is also part of the Terrain Tamer group of companies. And this is our
Whoa.
antifreeze.
Oh, wow.
So this is a already pre-mixed one for your Landcruiser. Drop and go.
Lekker. That's nice. Is it going to use almost all of that?
Yeah, you're going to be using all of this.
Nicholas, you're so strong and capable. Has anyone told you that?
Yes, but she's not here right now. She's at that.
Is she with your water pump?
Yeah.
You've been replaced.
Bottle back.
So this is where the preventative maintenance sort of comes into play, because what we've picked up, and this all started from just smelling a little bit of diesel and then going down the rabbit hole and finding out we needed to do injectors, and then finding out we needed to do the valve clearances, and then saying, well, while we're there we should do the water pump and the timing belt, then opening up there and seeing, well, there's been an oil leak in there, the timing belt tensioner is all seized up, and well, just as well we're doing all of that stuff, because this is where it comes to that point where you go, well, we're there, we might as well, and then you start to find other stuff. It's not that those problems wouldn't exist if you didn't look. Those problems were there, you know. So in that preventative maintenance, you're sort of taking control of it and not waiting for that to leave you on the side of the road. Instead, you are getting to a workshop, getting them to check the stuff out, you're replacing some of the components, and you're being a little bit proactive in the process of looking after your vehicle. It's very easy to think, well, I've got a Landcruiser, it's super reliable, why do I need to worry about doing big maintenance? Well, any vehicle, when you push it and you use it, needs a bit of love every now and then, you know? And you want to find out what a vehicle's really made of, go and speak to the mechanics who work on the vehicles, and they'll tell you, they see these vehicles sometimes in terrible condition, and it's because the owners think it's so reliable, why do I need to fix it or work on it or maintain it? Well, it's reliable because the owners of these vehicles, when these things came out, these are incredibly expensive vehicles when they were new, and the owners had the money to do the maintenance and look after them. And that's how these vehicles get to 400, 500,000 kilometers, and hopefully more beyond that. So it's important to do those little things. But we'll chat now with Jannie and Nikki and sort of see, let's unload the parts and everything that's going to be used on this vehicle over the next little bit. Get it right as rain. Nicolas.
Hello.
All the bits.
All the bits and pieces.
All the way from Terrain Tamer HQ to Franschoek.
Yes, yes.
Especially for me.
Yeah, and Jannie is also a very good client of ours.
Yes.
So
Awesome. Is that all?
it's a Toyota. Not a lot of stuff break at one time.
But some stuff does.
That's maintenance stuff. Yes?
Okay, no lekker. I think Jannie's going to be happy with all this.
Let's just confirm that what we've got here is here.
Thermostat.
Pre-mixed, so this is just enough for your vehicle.
Waterpomp.
A water pump.
Heater hose kit.
That is also just preventative.
Ja.
Tand uit op die timing. So, maar die seal wat hierin is, ek het nou die genuine seal, maar ek sal daai seal ook check, want hierdie front cover gehaal ek heeltemal af.
Om die waterpomp by afval nou te doen.
Ja, ek moet die afval heeltemal strip en dan om die waterpomp in te sit en dan obvious, ja, maar die ding se wheels was moer toe.
Ja.
Oh, the poor cruiser. This is its life right now. You know what? It's worked hard. It's done a lot. It's been a good vehicle for many owners, and I want to continue its legacy. So that's just how it goes, hey? Needs a bit of love, needs a bit of work, but I'm loving the vehicle. I want it to live on and do many more adventures, and this is what you got to do. You got to look after it.